There are many questions in this world. Why am I in a rolly chair? Why does my hair look different? And what are memes? To put things simply, memes are there's no way to really describe them. If you're young and if you're hip, then you know what memes are. If you're old and if you're unhip, then you don't. That is simply the fact of the matter. So what happens when the people who don't know these memes suddenly try and use them to their advantage? Well, I'll tell you what happens. Dangerous things happen. Horrible things happen. Memes are slaughtered a mile a minute. It's horrible. You can hear their screams from miles away. It's truly a tragedy, and that's what our thing is about today. Dead memes. Truly a tragedy. I'd like to give a shout out to Evan Tucker, who helped write and develop this episode. Sadly, he was not able to appear in person, but I'd just like to say hi. How are you? Hope you're dealing with it. See, there's an example of how I killed a meme. A meme which, mind you, was already dead. But we'll get to that later. For now, our first item on the list is Like a Boss. Like a Boss was probably your weird uncle's favorite meme, beloved by 8-year-olds the world over. And then Wendy's killed it. Not killed, however, that's too mild of a word. Slaughtered! Yeah, that's a good word. I like that word. In one TV spot commercial, the red-haired mascot said that the new Baconator was eliciting positive reactions from different groups of people, including the memer. Please don't ask me what that is. My brain will probably explode trying to explain it. The phrase was then used, and the meme died a painful, ungraceful death. Despite this, your uncle and probably your cringy 8-year-old nephew still uses it to this day. So while it's not necessarily dead, it's pretty close. Number 2 is Pokemon Go. Oh, Pokemon Go. How you fell from grace. How 1 minute you were the talk of many people the world over, and also compromised the main lyrics of Misha songs the world over. And then you were just gone. There were a lot of different factors in why Pokemon Go died, but the main one was probably Hillary Clinton. I really hate talking about politics on this show. It's been something that I've been trying to avoid, but here it's generally unavoidable. While I won't say my opinions on the presidential election in which this occurred, I will say that Hillary Clinton did play Pokemon Go at one point in order to appeal to a younger audience, which was being siphoned off by Bernie Sanders. So while I never played Pokemon Go, it seemed to affect a lot of people. So if you're a fan of that game, I do feel bad for you. At fabulous number 3 comes Crash Bandicoot Whoa. So, if you've ever tried to explain memes to your grandma, your grandpa, or even your mom and dad, it's hard. You begin to realize, what really is a meme? What is the true meaning of the word? Well, a YouTuber called Behind the Meme once tried to figure that out. And while I appreciate the effort, it generally seems like he commonly ruins the memes that he's trying to explain by going too in-depth of them and just making them not seem funny anymore. It's interesting to learn the history of them, yes, but when he tries to explain them, it generally just loses all of its original humor. numbers 4, 5, and 6, we have Doge, dabbing, and a Snapchat hot dog. Overuse can break anything, especially memes, which are fragile, like a porcelain vase sitting atop the shelf in my room. And like the time that you try and put something in that oh so fragile vase, it always breaks and shatters into a million pieces. I think I've taken the metaphor too far. How do I put this? The trio were killed by intense oversaturation, used by everyone in general until they just sort of died out due to their overuse. While I appreciate people learning about memes and trying to embrace them as a part of themselves, it can generally get really annoying when too many people all over the world start to use them. It's a strange phenomenon, and while Doge still stays in my heart, I hope dabbing stays dead in the ground with this. Dear God, that was annoying. Number 7, 8, 9, and 10 are all occupied by memes that lovely cartoon channel Nickelodeon killed. These are some of the saddest on the list, and they're hard to watch. Oh my God, they're hard to put in words, but I'll do my best. Number 7, Deal With It. Deal With It was probably another one of your uncle and cringy 8-year-old cousin's favorite memes. And so naturally, Nickelodeon had to kill it in cold blood. So,
my name is SpongeBob SquarePants. Deal with it. Deal with it. Deal with it.
What are you talking about? Fish for brains, jellyfish for brains, fish for brains, jellyfish for brains.
Yellow is my natural color.
Deal with it.
I'm sorry, guys. I just can't watch this. At number 8 comes Shooting Stars. You might know about this meme. Usually it's set to the song Shooting Stars, and people jump off something, and then right as things change to normal, it plays the part of the song. It's like it's hard to explain, which brings us back to why Behind the Meme failed at explaining Crash Bandicoot's woe. But anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. Nickelodeon killed Shooting Stars with another cringe-inducing commercial. This time it was just a bunch of kids jumping around, set to the song, over badly CGI'd space green screen backgrounds. It was not a pretty sight, it was not a pretty sound, and I find myself projectile vomiting again. Coincidentally, this projectile vomit looked quite like the Nickelodeon splat. Coincidence? I don't think so. And for number 9, with what is possibly the most infuriating decision on this list, Nickelodeon killed Whip and Nene with a commercial so horrendously bad that I don't have faith for humanity anymore. This is a scar on the culture of our planet. This is the lowest of the low. It's just not, I can't do this anymore, you know? It's like, I'm just leaving. The world is not worth living for anymore, so, bye! Sorry about that. I'm back. I can't. This is just... On to the next one. And last, but definitely one of the least, comes What Does the Fox Say? It's not a pretty sight. Listen, I'm not going to try and explain this one. If you want to see it, just look up Nickelodeon What Does the Fox Say commercial. It's indescribably bad. Oh, Nickelodeon, where did you go wrong? I think the moral of this story is that advertising companies shouldn't try and use something that's generally associated with youth culture in order to seem cool and hip and radical-tastic. Damn! Now watch me whip. Now watch me nay-nay. So yeah, that's what I think they shouldn't do that. It's bad, and anyone who tries to do that should be punished for slaughtering perfectly good, fresh, spicy, crispy memes. And they throw them make them a dumpster fire. It's Let's talk to people. Zach, what do you think of dead memes?
My soul is dead.
What do you guys think of dead memes?
Dead memes? Well, you know what else is dead? Alexander Hamilton.
Ooh.
Oh no. He put it that way. No. He is dead.
No.
He lives.
That's
What have they done? Huh? they
Oliver, get off my stuff.
Like Alexander Hamilton. You can't say anything about him. He was the first U.S. Treasury of Secretary.
He also cheated on his wife.
Wait, I said it wrong.
I said it wrong.
Keyshawn, what do you think of dead memes?
Memes? What are memes? I don't enjoy this childish pleasure. Okay, there, that's it now.
So Andrew, what do you think of dead memes?
I have no time for memes. The time kids these days spend scrolling through their phone looking at memes. They could go to the gym. They could go do work. They could do so many productive things. Why look at memes?
Okay. Vishnu, what do you think of dead memes?
What's there to think about it? Can't you see I'm doing something?
Are you playing Pac-Man?
No.
And so ends this strange, eventful episode. The truth is, many memes die. And sometimes they go out quite ungracefully. So the moral is, hold on to these memes as long as you can. Cherish them with all your heart. And look at them and share them. Share them the world over. Until they get oversaturated. Which they probably will. Dang, that's depressing. Well, at least it wasn't about necks. Like last episode. Which was about that. It was not, that was not,